Alright everybody, it's been a while since I made a video, and I am gonna put a hitch receiver on my 2015 Jeep Wrangler Sahara Unlimited. And I was looking around and I found a hitch receiver off of Amazon for this Jeep. It's supposed to be a bolt-on direct with like no issues. Sorry, my light turned off on my car, and I'm doing this in the dark, so how fun. Anyways, I'm gonna open up this box, and then got a couple other things I gotta do, and then I can start making a video on what it is I have to actually do to put it together. So I figured I'd do a quick unboxing video. Alright, so we've got this is kind of some instructions, which is cool. Kind of tells you what you got to do, what kind of tools and stuff you need. This is the wiring harness information that's supposed to come with this kit, so that's cool. So here's the wiring harness, and this should have hardware too. It's kind of hard to get it out one-handed. Alright, so we've got the hardware there, and that's for the hitch receiver cap. This is the hitch receiver that I'm going to be installing, so that'll be cool. Like I said, it's supposed to just be a bolt-on. And then the wiring harness that I'm going to use, and the instructions. So I'm going to get a couple of tools together, and then I will put it on. Alright, so these are pretty nice. The hardware is grade 8 bolts, and you're going to get 2 washers per every bolt, and these really nice nylon lock nuts, so you don't have to worry about it coming loose. So we're going to crawl underneath and start putting this thing together. Alright, so this side of the bolt is a 18 millimeter, and then the nut is a 19 millimeter. Alright, so there is this little area where the hitch receiver goes, and then there's these already existing holes for the 4 bolts on the cross member here. So I'm gonna start putting those on, and then I'll come right back, just because I can't hold it up and put a bolt in while holding on to the camera. So give me just a second. Okay, everybody, so there's a little bit of a trick going on here I'm trying to figure out. So what basically happens is when you're trying to put the bolts in, it's really super tight in this area. You can see how, like, you can barely get your bolt or your nut washer finger and everything in there. I'm assuming that they probably want you to take your bumper off when you're installing this, but I'm not going to do all that. So what I've done is, you got the bolt through and you got the washer on it, you can see right there. And then in order for me to get the nut on there like I want to, I'm going to take my 19 millimeter wrench, and then I'm putting a piece of tape with my washer, or sorry, with my nut on it so that it doesn't fall. And then I'm going to stick it up inside here like this and line it up to the bolt, and then feed the bolt through it and tie it all together. It's kind of hard to see, but something like that, so that I can get it on. Alright guys, the next step, I got the hitch receiver on, got it all bolted using the 4 bolts and the hardware given. The next step, according to the instructions, is taking this off, and then the wire loom that I got attaches to this, and then we gotta fish it down and feed it over to the hitch receiver. It says on here to remove the rear driver's side tail light. So we're gonna do that and see what's inside here. So I'm gonna do that really quick, and then I'll get back to you. Okay, so I got all 4 of the screws off of this, and it comes apart like that. Uh-oh. Dropped a trim piece. And then, according to the instructions, you are supposed to take this, and you got these 2 connections, and one hooks to this one, and then the other one hooks to the light, and then you fish this down to the hitch receiver. So I'm going to work on that, and then I'll get back to you. Alright, so this connection here comes off like this. There's a, just showing you right here is a push tab, and you push it down and then this pops out like that. And then the light's completely disconnected, and you'll push this into, this is the new wiring harness, you'll push that into that, and then this end goes into this one, just like that. Hard to squeeze it with one hand, but I'm feeling it go in. It's kind of hard to tell if it's in all the way. Let me pull it apart and double check it. Okay, that's on. I just had to squeeze it harder to get it to clip together. So that's how that works. And then I fish this down into here, and if I can get it to fit, and then I'll show you where I put it, so that you know how I fished it through. Okay, so this is the new wire, and I am fishing it down in there. I don't know if you can see that very well, but then if you crawl underneath, it's coming out right here. Watch the dirt in your eyes. And then you fish this over to here and you hook it up. And you want to put it in a place where it won't get burned by the exhaust. Maybe use some zip ties to keep it up. But I'm going to do that, and then I'll show you where I'm at. Alright, I want to point something out. Just really quick, for the tail light, when you take it off, all the screws are the same length, but if you actually look at them, 2 screws are skinnier than the other 2 screws. I don't know if you can tell that. This one is fatter and that one is skinnier. And the skinnier ones go in these 2 holes, and the fatter ones go in this hole and this hole. If you don't put the skinnier ones in here, they just dead stop because they won't go into the hole all the way. There's a little tab that it's supposed to go into, and it won't even thread this much if you put the fat one in there. So the fat ones go on the outside and the skinny ones go on the inside of the light.